Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I'm pretty guys, our team builder here for week 14 of P4G. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Chicago Cubchoos and my good friend GalacticElliot in an epic week 14 matchup here. If you guys missed last week's battle, it went down. Things were pretty interesting. I missed a Zen headbutt early game and I ended up getting flinched or crit late game, and that kind of put us in a tough spot. I didn't really prepare enough for Miss Magius, and that really did us in. We could have won that game though, I think, if that Zen headbutt in the first turn of the game didn't miss. But it's hard to say. I mean, that's just Pokemon, man. No worries. We're still sitting at the top of the league, doing absolutely phenomenal. Elliot is 7-6 with a 7 differential, so he's actually in the midst of the playoff race. We have already clinched playoffs. We are actually the #1 seed right now in the league. If I win one of my next 2 matches, I should stay the #1 seed. Leo's creeping up behind me. He's basically, I think, 3 differential points behind me, so it's going to come down to differential. But if I win one of my next 2 matches, I should still have the top spot in the league, which is pretty sweet. So I'm not too stressed, man. I am quite busy, though, this week. Just letting you guys know, I'm traveling this weekend for Hartford Regionals, so I've been kind of focusing on that. But I did prepare a team. I brought some fun stuff this week, kind of like a pseudo serious squad, but also some heat as well. Like, I thought I'd bring some fun stuff. So let's run through it. So Elliot's got a Mew, very, very versatile Pokemon. Obviously, Mew can do everything, pretty much Stealth Rocks, Defog, things like that. You know, it's one of his 2 Stealth Rockers, which is important to note. He's got the Thundurus, which is base 111 speed, so very, very fast. Prankster ability, which can be pretty interesting, allowing it to like set up on you a lot of times, like run Tailwind or Taunt or something like that. He's got the Blastoise, Mega Blastoise, a very powerful Mega Pokemon, of course. Does get hazard removal through Rapid Spin, can be quite annoying, and I'll talk about some core strategies going into this match here in a little bit. Metagross, which I'm thinking he might bring like an Assault Vest Metagross. It's kind of up in the air. I think Metagross like matches up decently against my team because of Beedrill and because of Latios, obviously, but then against other things it's not very good. Like Diggersby kind of rips it and Donphan rips it apart, so I'm not sure what kind of Metagross he's gonna bring, but I think he's gonna bring it. He's got the Entei, which is very, very difficult to switch into. It's just one of the hardest hitting Pokemon in the game, with Choice Bandage, Sacred Fires, and Extreme Speeds. Amoonguss, which may be his primary response to dealing with Tapu Koko, if I have to guess. Amoonguss is just a really bulky Pokemon, obviously, with Regenerator. Does have potential Assault Vest, can be running Spore as well to put things to sleep. He's got the Granbull, which is just his only fairy type, so he pretty much just drafted it to give him a fairy, but it's a defensive fairy type with Intimidate. Can be decent actually, but doesn't really have a lot of speed, and his special defense leaves a little bit to be desired. He's got the Flygon, which is kind of scary. It does give him a hazard remover outside of Mew and Blastoise with Defog, but if he brings it, it's likely going to be an offensive Dragon Dance set. It does get Dragon Dance like Dragon Claw. He can't really run Outrage, so he's gonna have to run Dragon Claw. I'll have to run Earthquake, and it's actually not bad against my team. He could even try to bring like a Scarf Flygon. That could be pretty good against my team, but Bronzong kind of shuts it down unless he brings Mix with like Fire Blast, so he's got some tough options to choose from there. He's got the Cryogonal, which is kind of scary, another Rapid Spinner. Base 105 speed, hits pretty hard, can run Freeze Dry, which is annoying for things like Primarina. And he's got the Tauros, another Intimidate user, 110 base speed, relatively hard hitter from the physical side. Can be like special Sheer Force, but I don't expect that. And then Pangoro, which is very annoying because of his Mold Breaker ability and the fact that it's dark and fighting type stab happens to just obliterate my Umbreon Bronzong defensive core. So in terms of what I think he's going to bring in, we're going to see the Mew, we're probably going to see the Pangoro, we're probably going to see the Thundurus, I would guess. Blastoise maybe, Metagross maybe, Entei likely, Amoonguss likely, Flygon maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think we're going to see Cryogonal. I just don't think it's good enough. I don't think we're going to see Tauros. I don't think we're going to see Granbull. So that leads us with 8 potential Pokemon, but I think that's generally what it's going to be. Now let's take a look at our team, what we're bringing, why we are bringing it, and so on and so forth. Let's do it, man. We got our first Pokemon. It's going to be our Mega Beedrill here. U-turn, Poison Jab, and Knockoff Fell Stinger. Adamant, max attack, 126 defense, 132 speed. That allows us to outspeed Choice Scarf Pangoro and Thundurus. You gotta love the Fell Stinger opportunities there. I think that could be really good against Amoonguss, could be good against you know, Mew, could be against Pangoro if I weaken it. I've got all my extra EVs in defense though because of his priority Bullet Punch on Metagross and Pangoro, and then Extreme Speed on Entei. So Banded Extreme Speed like knocks me out. So the defense is really worth it. Otherwise, this thing is really important to getting rid of Mew and just pivoting around his team. Next Pokemon is going to be our Tapu Koko, kind of a physically offensive Tapu Koko with some special investment. 252 attack, 134 special attack, 124 speed. This thing is Dazzling Gleam, Wild Charge, U-Turn, Flanium Z, Brave Bird. My thought process here is Koko kind of rips through his team, and his main response to Koko is one of two things. Spadef, Metagross most likely, like Assault Vest Metagross, or Assault Vest Amoonguss. Those are kind of what I'm thinking his response is. The nice thing is Brave Bird is really, really good against the Amoonguss with Flanium Z at one-shots. It also one-shots the Pangoro. If he thinks I'm going to Dazzling Gleam Pangoro, and goes into his Amoonguss, bam, hit him with the Wild Charge, or the Brave Bird. Wild Charge does 2-hit KO most variants of Metagross, which is really nice, so if I can catch that on the switch, that's pretty good. He really has no good switch-ins to Wild Charge from Koko. I do have to keep my keep it very careful though, because I could get worn down pretty easily. And Scarf Flygon can obviously switch in and outspeed me, so I do have to be careful there. We've got our Latias here. Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Roost, Shadow Ball. This thing is a really good late game sweeper. If I can get rid of Pangoro, this thing can just win against most of his team. It's one of my switch-ins to Thundurus, one of my switch-ins to Entei, but primarily it's meant to sweep mid to late game with Calm Mind. Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Roost just for longevity. Very nice. That's good coverage. Ice Beam allows me to hit the Pangoro. Hits the Thundurus and Amoonguss very nicely. Shadow Ball for Mew and Metagross. So that's kind of that there. Pretty straightforward. Ice Beam also for Flygon, which is nice. We do outspeed that thing. I'm running max speed and max special attack for basically dealing with Tauros and just being out faster than everything else. Bronzong decided to be shiny this week because we're bringing some fun stuff. Bringing max attack, Bronzong, max HP, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Earthquake, Explosion. 2 Culpa Berry Pokemon. I'm really worried about Pangoro, man. And also knockoff on Mew and Thundurus is annoying. And Dark Pulse on Blastoise is another option, but I really like this guy right here, Explosion, man. Explosion one-shots Thundurus. It allows me to pretty much one-shot Pangoro, or at least do a very, very big dent to Pangoro, because like Pangoro is one of those things, like once I get rid of that, then Latias can win. So I'm thinking, I got Bell in there, I set up Stealth Rocks, he goes Pangoro or whatever, and then he tries to knock off, man, and I just, boom, I just explode, and then it makes him really easy to knock out. I don't know, it might not work. It's gonna be funny though, I don't really care. I thought it'd be a fun set to bring, and I thought hopefully I can explode in something's face, man. You know, I never bring offensive Bronzong. We always bring the defensive Bronzong, and I probably need defensive Bronzong this week because of Flygon and Metagross, but we're bringing the offensive one to throw him off. Earthquake is there for Metagross as well. Very nice. Excuse me, Toxic is there for Mew. So we got those options. Now we're bringing the good stuff. Choice Specs. Moltres, baby. U-Turn, Hurricane, Fire Blast, Sleep Talk. Sleep Talk is there for Amoonguss' Spore. Fire Blast and Hurricane just obliterate his entire team. This match will be won or lost on how many Hurricanes I hit or miss. That I'm just gonna say it right now, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that being my strategy. If I hit my Hurricanes, we will win the game. If I miss my Hurricanes, we will lose the game. That's true. 70% though, man. It's in our favor. So Timid allows us to outspeed Entei, because Entei has to run extreme speed most of the time, and it has to be adamant nature to run extreme speed because it's an event. I'm pretty sure anyway. If I'm wrong there, that's gonna be really sad, but I'm pretty sure it has to run adamant. We outspeed it. Hurricane is amazing. It just destroys his entire... He has no switches. He has no switches to Hurricane plus Fire Blast. Not a single one. His entire team gets obliterated. U-turn for Momentum. Flame Body there because I'm going to get hacks on it, man. I'm going to burn the Metagross, or I'm going to burn the Pangoro going for... I'm going to burn something this game. I haven't burned anything, and I haven't hit a Hurricane yet. So those are two things that need to happen before we go to playoffs. I don't even care if I win or I lose this match. I need to get a burn, and I need to Hurricane something. That's what we need to do with our life. And last but certainly not least is our Primarina. This thing is our primary response. Switch into Blastoise all day, every day. I love that. I love that. We did that early in the season against Kyle A. He had regular Blastoise. I got to just switch into it. Maybe he had Mega Blast. I think he had Mega Blastoise. This is my second time facing Mega Blastoise. You switch in Primarina every time against Blastoise because it can't do anything to you. None of its moves hit it. He can Toxic me. I don't care about that. Moonblast, Ice Beam, Rain Dance, Scald. aDrive, why are you running Rain Dance, dude? Because of Moltres, man. In rain, Moltres Hurricanes are 100% accurate. We got the strategies this week. Ice Beam 2 shots, most Amoonguss, unless he's like a super bulky Assault Vest. This thing is great for Flygon as well. It's great for Entei. It's got leftovers there to help me against Entei. It's great for Blastoise. It can take a hit from the, the Metagross. And setting up Rain really hinders the ability of that Entei to function. And it's great for Pangoro, resist Pangoro's dual stab. So I figured leftovers was important for longevity purposes more than anything. Although he can gunk shot me, so I do have to be careful there. Maybe I should have brought screens. It's all good though, man. That's what we're bringing this week. I'm not too stressed about it. I'm about to play Elliot here in a little bit, and I'm just trying to have some fun. Elliot's a great battler, and like I said, we've already locked it down, man. So we're just bringing the fun stuff for the last couple weeks here. I got nothing to stress, man. Honestly, I want the #1 spot in the league, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. Like, playoffs are playoffs, so let's just do it. Let's have a good time. WBE Up will be up as well coming up this weekend. Lots of stuff. I'll be out of town though. I am going to the Hartford, Connecticut Regionals. So if you're going to Hartford, definitely come say hi, man. I'd love to meet you guys. But let me get all ready for my match against Elliot. Enjoy the match tomorrow, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're brand spanking new. That's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.